CZ-P09C. Or is it a P07? I don't even know.
POS.
That's very true as well, because there are parts of this gun that are definitely POS. But before I get too far in the review of the new Nocturne CZ-P09C, I want to say P07 so bad, but this is a new compact polymer gun from CZ, and I use new loosely. But before I get too far in this video, let me tell you a little bit about what I do here at RDR. We're a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in plate carriers, placards, chest rigs, a full line of canine gear, Safari line holster mods, holster wraps, holster accessories, and of course this YouTube channel. All the information you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. So, the new CZ-P09C. I don't review CZ pistols, I've never have. We don't make a lot of CZ holsters. There's just a lot of nuances and things with CZ pistols, and I've just never been a fan of the triggers on these guns. But when this one came across from my distributors, I'm like, hell, why not? I'll buy it and see what it's like. And if worst case, it needs to find a new home, I'm sure I can find someone to take it. I'm gonna give you the pros first, right? Number one, it's a good looking gun. When you look at pistols, you definitely have to have some sexy, cool appeal. I do think it's a good looking pistol. I do like these slide serrations up top here for a purchase up top here. It's very, very clean. I do like that. Not a fan of decockers at all, but again, that's the CZ life. I get it. I don't understand the CZ-P09 thing. I swear this is a P07. Because I've had a P07 in the past for holster fitment, but again, I'm not 100% sure on all the CZ models. So if it's not a P07, then that's my fault. But one thing I will say is the gun's super comfortable in the hand. It is a very, very comfortable pistol. All the controls are very, very easily and reachable. Very well done in that aspect. So I do like how the grip, the slide stop is recessed further back, easy to reach with the thumb, decocker as well, and then mag release is super simple as well. So again, everything's great there. I do like the laser stippling here, very well done. The magazine release with that little indentation for a stuck magazine, well thought out there. Not for sure what we need for lanyards in 2024, but maybe that's to smack someone on the head or whatever, but I don't know. But lanyards, I don't get that for the US market, maybe the European market. The mag release is reversible. You do get the other decock paddle to put it into single action cotton locked. This gun here, probably in cotton locked, letting that trigger be better because the trigger as a whole is super heavy. And when it breaks, it's just like all that just craziness going forward. I'm just not a fan of CZ triggers and double single action. And if you guys at home may be new, double action first pull, gun cycles, and then the next one, hammer is back, and the gun is in single action now, and you can see how much take up you have to get to the single action wall. The single action trigger is not bad. It's actually pretty decent. It's just getting there is a lot of take up, right? But once you're on the gun, it works pretty well and it's pretty fast. So again, that's a benefit there. Accessory rail, nothing to write home about. As I mentioned earlier, the serrations are nice. Now let's talk about some of the things I don't like. When I first got the gun out the box, the sights, I thought they were just maybe painted dot sights and they couldn't get them to lighten up. I hit them with the flashlight, went in the bathroom, they actually lit up. So they maybe had to have a little charge on them. Right now, they are pretty good still. But again, they were very, very dim to the point of not working when I pulled them out of the box. I like the style of the sight. I really like that aggressive ledge back here. If you had to rack that off of something, you know, belt, clothing, whatnot. I like, if you're gonna run the gun in irons, I do like how aggressive that rear sight is, and the front sight being a little taller. This is an optics ready pistol. That is one of the new things for the CZ-P09C. And let's talk about optics plate. So when I got the gun out of the box the other night, I took the slide off, put it in the vise, and then I'm like, man, you know, I went to break the screws loose and they weren't moving at all. So I'm like, shit, okay, over torqued, you know, so add it in the vise, got my little crack lighter, hit the screws. The left side, I I hit a torch one time, still a little tight, hit it a second time, it broke loose, no problem. As I went to take the left side out, hit it with the torch, tried it, hit the torch, the screw, it slipped one time and it was done. The screws have some type of red Loctite on the mounting plate. Why they would even Loctite these two screws with any type of thread locker is beyond me. It's an optics plate. It's designed to come off, right? Super disappointing that would be done, and then using any kind of red in the gun industry as a whole is just dumb. You know, some guys said it's Vibratite. I definitely can tell between red Loctite and Vibratite. It's a mounting plate. It's a cover plate. It does not need to be welded to the pistol. So long story short, you guys will probably see this at home, but this left screw is completely shot. The right screw is fine. So this would be a good opportunity to see what CZ's customer service is like, because the gun does have to go back to them. I don't have the tools or the ability to unscrew that. One of my buddies here in Salt Lake may have the time. He got a new job, so he may not have the time to do that. I am going to New Hampshire next month, so maybe I send to my buddy Chris and have Chris take it apart and look at it. But I am going to call CZ just to see what they offer as a solution. But having these with red Loctite on them is just dumb. A red thread locker of any type that's not a blue lock thread locker, or even thread locker in general for that particular location with the cover plate. I don't even know why that's been done, but it is what it is. So I will do a follow-up review on this pistol, because I do kind of want to see how it shoots with the red dot. Because the reason I want to see it with the red dot is, if you can see in the video here, this plate is super deep. Right? And with this being a direct mount for RMSC footprint, so my plan was to throw an EPS carrier on here. I'm curious to see how these sights interfere or don't interfere with the window of the red dot, because these things are pretty tall for an optics ready pistol, which I'm always complaining on other guns where they're not tall enough when you have an optics ready gun. But with this gun being a direct mill for a micro red dot, I'm curious to see how well those sights work with those micro red dots. So it'll be a follow-up, and then I'll give you like a more of a rundown, a complete rundown of the pistol with the optic on there, and probably a weapon light, and we're gonna see, and I may change out the decocker. But you guys, I'm just not a CZ fan. I never will be, I never have been, and in the polymer market of double action, single action pistols, I feel there are plenty out there that have a much better trigger than what this pistol offers you. I know some are gonna say, oh, the double action is there for a reason. This comes from the CZ space. I've read it many times that, oh, well, the heavier trigger, make sure you're gonna pull that if you mean it. Dude, if the gun came out, I mean it. The work's got to get done. So I don't need a heavy trigger to remind me if I don't want to actually pull that trigger or not. I feel all that does is make that first round less accurate, because it's very difficult to work through that heavy of a trigger, especially under all that stress, if you did have to use it in a real life situation. So again, if you're looking for a polymer, double action, single action pistol, there are plenty out there that do better than this. And I also think if you're going to look at a polymer gun, striker fire is the way to go. I don't think you really need to be a double action, single action pistol if you're going to look at a polymer pistol. And that's what I got for you guys today on the CZ P09C Nocturne. As I mentioned, good looking pistol, right? I really think it's a good looking gun. I think the optic on there, if it could have got put on, would have made a difference. Trigger, it is what it is, not double action, but after that you do have the single action. Slide serrations are great, texturing is great, 2 magazines, gay ass lanyard loop, super rough trigger, but more to come once I get the gun back from CZ, get this plate off of there, get the red Loctite off of there, and I mount a dot on there. I'll do a follow-up video at that time. You guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like the content here in the channel, like, share, subscribe. It'll show YouTube if you want to see more like it. So next time, be well. Take care.